1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah, we're live. Actually, I don't think I'm gonna record this. Should I record this? No, I'm just gonna go on live because we already talked about everything we need to talk about. How is everyone? How's everyone doing? Okay, we're gonna open up our Safari. I'll go to Etianverse Studios. Let's get live streaming. Oh, go to YouTube. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. I'm humming a song that I was listening to earlier. Nasty, nasty me, yeah, let's do it again. Okay, so today's live is way more organized. Hello, 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 Morgan White. How are you doing? Yeah, you're right. It's good to see you here. How is my sound? I think last week's stream, I didn't have this new mic, and I think this mic sounds way better. You know, it's on here. It's not close to the computer, so it's working way better for me. How you doing? Let me just waiting for people to come on. I mean, can we just talk about how many subscribers we are on now? 1070 subscribers. It's been insane. Just seeing the channel grow in the last few years. Just posting videos and talking about my journey. And guess what? Today I'm celebrating because we finally changed the channel. We changed the channel, and it's something I've been wanting to do for quite some time, because obviously with Beats of War, that's where we started off. So I called the channel DJ.etienneK Beats of War comic book series, because I didn't know I was gonna do other comic books, right? My glasses need to be cleaned. And I put up a poll, which I'm gonna show you, and a lot of people voted for me to change the channel to Etianverse Studios. And now the old channel, which I'm using to view my channel that is streaming, is that one is used for the Etianverse Academy, because obviously we have that part of the studio that teaches people how to make comic books, write their own stories. So the content we use for master classes and any announcements about that is gonna go there. So it's exciting. It's good to be back. Sound really good. Yeah, the sound. I'm pretty excited and happy about this. So let's look at the poll that we did last time. Not a lot of people replied to the poll, but we had some really good. Let's see. Okay, this is stuff about the page. Let's go down. Let me see. I think it's around here. And I was asking people to vote. So I said I want to change the channel name to Etianverse Studios. The question you'll be asking is why, and then I told everybody why, you know. And then let me know what your thoughts are. I put yes or no, and 5 votes said yes and no one said no. So that's a good sign. That means everyone was on the side of me changing it. So we finally did it. We did it. You know, it's finally changed. So yeah, Morgan White, what have you been up to? I'm just here trying to go through what we've got coming up. I mean, last time when I was doing a live stream, I went through every detail of what book is coming out. But the fact that this week I just changed my audio, and I know my audio now, I feel it sounds way better. I thought I'll go through these things again, the pre-orders, but also to touch on the animation, which is already launched on our website. Now, our animation campaign is going to run for 40 days, and the idea of the animation is so that we test out what we could do in future animation wise, and obviously work with the community like yourselves to help support the animation. Now, how can you support the animation? Before I go through the pre-orders, I want to kind of like remind you again on how you can go and back us through the animation. So if you guys know how Kickstarter works, I don't know if you've used Kickstarter. So Kickstarter is more like a lot of creators who want to create projects, um, set up some sort of project, and they show what the project is about, and obviously they provide tiers for each part of the project and what you'll get if you back them. So backing them is kind of like donating or funding their project before it's made. So we build the same system on my website. If you go here, let me see if it opens up quickly. So we build the same system on my website, and what you could do is that you can go there and pledge, and you become an associate producer. Now, associate producer is somebody who's funded a project and their name gets credited at the end of the animation. Now, in the back, you can see like a sort of thumbnails of E.T. seated, and you can see his helmet at the bottom. And we've raised more than 180, but our website is kind of crashing a couple times, so we're working on it. It's a lot of IT stuff involved, especially if you're independent. But anyway, so we are incredibly excited about this because it comes out with the release of Volume 2 of Beats of War, which will be a continuation from issue 5 of Beats of War. Now, this is incredibly special to us, and it's the first time we're actually doing an animation. And I've teamed up with a BAFTA-nominated animator to do this trailer, obviously with my creative direction. So what I did is I storyboarded every part of the story that I feel like needed to be captured in the trailer, and then I sent him the storyboards. We went over it, and then we spent a few months talking about character designs from E.T., the Queen Mother from Kepler. We talked about how the world in the background was gonna look like. We talked about Glasgow, which does appear in the trailer, and other details like the robotic invaders, other sort of Etiennes that are part of that same planet. So I wanted the details to be insanely good, and I can just say he nailed it. So now if you come here, you can go to support, and you click support. Now it should bring you up to this other page, make sure that my chat is, it should bring you to this other page. So this page is this is kind of like where you choose how much you want to pledge. So the standard fixed pledge is £30, but you have an option of going here and increasing it to how much you want to support. So if you put 2, it's like 30 times 2. So you can add in as many pledges as you want. So we've already had over 18 backers, and once the trailer is finished, we're gonna put their name at the end of the trailer, but also you get a 4K copy of the trailer within through your email or Dropbox, whatever preferred way you would like to receive this file. And also you get to see it 2 weeks before anybody else sees it. So these are the some of the benefits from it: official credit, early access, digital copy. And if you fund us, if you help us make this trailer, that means you'll be helping us, open up this room so that we can explore and experiment with other animation, and potentially we can make a short film, and then from a short film we can end up doing like a feature film, which is something I really want to see in the Etianverse. Obviously we have so many IPs now, so there's so much we can do in animation. Me being a filmmaker, obviously I'm thinking about live action, but live action is good, but it's always good to have like animation as well, which has another audience. Okay, cool. Let's see if I can put a tweet that I'm live so that people know what's up, they know where to find us. Okay. Okay, let me check my phone to make sure that everything is live and great. Okay. it's the life of a streamer. You have to kind of like make sure that everything is working as you know. Come on, stand properly. So you guys will see me tweet. I'm tweeting right now through my live on YouTube. Join me. The Etianverse animation titles and more. So I'm trying to get as many people to join us as possible. So what I'll do is I will potentially go back to my channel. I mean, how do you even share? Yes, you go here. Just try it and see. So that's the live. I think this is a live link. Let me see. Yeah, live action. Yeah, that's we've already been talking about it, because I don't know if you've seen the video that I put up on my Instagram. We have an official Instagram for Etianverse Studios, but also for Beats of War video. That's the kind of like, yeah. So if you go there, we just posted this video of me going through our process of how we have a helmet, which is a prototype, but also talking about the reason why ET dresses in that suit and where he comes from, and inspiration, just kind of creating the animation. So I've just put up this video. You could go check it out on our Instagram. That's the Beats of War Instagram. So if you go my directing Instagram, but you click Beats of War, you will see that, right? So so that's cool. That's live. You can go check it out. Now, if you now go to, let me see, Etianverse Studios. Let me see. We just obviously announced the animator that I'm teaming up with, which is pretty cool as well. Yeah. So it's good stuff happening. Good stuff happening. Let's refresh, make sure everything is working great. You know, I just don't want to stay live and then things are not working. Nice. So we are live on. Should we put up a post as well on Facebook to tell people that I'm live? I think that would be awesome. Maybe the Beats of War page. Yeah, Beats of War. So we have Beats of War, Etianverse Studios. So Beats of War is a series that kicked off everything, so we kind of need to keep that one going, because obviously there's a lot of people who have already followed it over the years, and we want to make sure that. Okay. Not schedule it. We want to post it now, even in the group, Etianverse fandom. Yes, let's see how many people can join us live. Okay, so if you go on Instagram, you can give us a follow. That's Beats of War, Etianverse Studios, and then obviously you can see my channel as well. So we just put up a video there. You can watch it at some point. Let me see. Get some people to see. Here you go. So, Morgan, if you have not backed us on the animation, this is the time to do it. You know, because what you'll be doing, become a producer on it, but also you have helped us create our first ever animation. That will be some sort of door opening to us actually creating animation in future along with live action. We've already made a prototype of the helmet to kind of get an idea of how the helmet would feel like. I just tried it on me, and it feels really good. But yeah, that's the plan. Now, with the animation, I feel like with the way the film industry is going, there's so much happening with like all these protests with the Writers Guild, and it's really expensive to make movies, and I really wanted to find a way, another medium there's a lot of fans enjoy, which is animation. Animation is expensive as well. I'm not gonna say it's cheap, but it's another way of us testing and actually using what we tested to show potential investors like, look what this can be. Plus the fact that it will be set in Scotland, it's not something that other people have seen before, so which will be quite interesting. So yeah, go there, back us, choose a tier. Yeah, go check it out. Definitely, like, go. It's only £30. You can give us as much as you can give, whatever you can afford, and then we'll drop this trailer in July. But you get to see the trailer before, and you also get exclusive behind the scenes of me recording sound foley. I'm gonna go to Manchester, do what we call sound foley, like sound effects and everything. Also, that behind the scenes will include us creating music, like the score for the animation. And obviously this month, which is June, I've scheduled voiceover recording at the studio. I'm gonna film that, so all that will be part of the behind the scenes video that you're gonna receive along the trailer to kind of see the process on how we made this work. So yeah, it's really exciting. If you haven't backed, go check it out. Now let's go back to our other topic for today, which is our pre-orders and what we got coming. um so many cool books coming this year. Let me see. um So we have Symphony of Tears. Symphony of Tears. I don't know if I mentioned it last week on the video I had. It's a story. Oops, that's my phone falling. Apologies, guys. I'm trying to make sure that I'm live on my other phone to see YouTube. I need a proper setup for this, but this still works for me. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm live. If there's any way you can't hear my voice or I've disappeared, please do let me know. For those watching me, I'm still trying to put together a little technology I have to set up live and keep these lives happening every week. I'm actually going to be doing lives every Saturday, and mostly we'll be talking about the universe, pop culture. I'll answer some questions, and if you guys have a question, and you can always ask me on ET Sister. Yes, so Symphony of Tears is E.T.'s sister. She's half human, half alien, but for her, she's more like a military warrior. So she's big E.T.'s big sister, and when they were taken from Earth about 1920, and they were taken back to space, she devoted her life to joining the military and honor serving her government. So they were sort of like looked at as half-breeds on their planet. So she kind of didn't want her people to see her like that. So she constantly wanted to prove that she's one of them. And obviously her human side is there. And her human side has all these emotions and all these things she was dealing with. And that's who she is. So she joined the military. She became pretty badass. She can fight. I'm telling you, if E.T. did not have the power of a neutron star, oh yeah, E.T. will not stand a chance with her sister. She's pretty awesome. So that's the story that I've not told in the Etianverse, and that's the story right now that is being written by the Soska sisters. Now, the Soska sisters have written like Black Widow, Yara. They've written so many books for the Ripperverse, for Marvel, and they've had the experience of writing different characters. And I was like, as the universe is growing, I mean, we have like Beats of War, we've got Taylor Squad, as you can see on the page, all the titles that we've got the Hyena Man. I can't really write all the books. I need to kind of get like a creative team, other writers to come in and just kind of give me a different perspective. So yeah, she's an older sister. Yeah, she's an older sister. So I kind of want to hire like other people who are experienced in the industry and they can write these characters really well. And that will be what I do is I'll tell them a backstory of what's happening to her planet with her people, what was going on in space while E.T. was here, and what's her motives and where she at right now, right? So I give them all information they needed, and to the details of how she dresses, like how she talks, who are part of her crew. All those details they took, and then they sent me a pitch of what the story is gonna be. You think you've seen big superhero stories, you think you've seen monsters, you think you've seen how deep space could be reimagined. This is insane. It's insane. The whole story takes place basically on a planet of water. I don't know if you've seen the movie Interstellar. If you put it on Google and put Interstellar, it's um it's a Christopher Nolan movie. Let me see if it's gonna come up so I can recommend this movie. Water Planet. Let's see. So you see, I put this on mute so you can see. See, okay. There's a scene where they land on a planet of water, right? And they're kind of looking for some samples they were looking for, right? And then a hurricane came, and they had to kind of leave quickly. I said this was the most intense part of the movie. Look at those water waves. Insane. Insane. I tell you, insane. So, when I was researching on different planets that the scientists had found, I discovered that there's another planet called Kepler 22b, which is just a planet of water. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, you can always go and check it out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Planet of water. And I was like, what if E.T.'s sister actually went there and and that place she made it her home, but obviously there was already an existing civilization that stayed there. Why is she there? You get to find out in the book. She's part of a revolution. She's not happy with how the queen mother of Kepler runs things, and as much as she's part of the military on Kepler, she feels like there's more that can be done for the people. So she starts a revolution. That's all I can say about Symphony of Tears. And if you actually wanted to read a little bit more about what the story will be briefly about, you can come on the website and just kind of read. It's 50-page graphic novel spin-off from Beats of War, which follows Nai, Etienne's sister, right? So Nai is Etienne's sister, big sister, and she's haunted by her past and feels responsible for her people's future. So Nai leads the crew across enchanted galaxies in search of a new home. But every planet holds new dangers. I mean, what dangers could those be? And every step forward pulls her deeper into a conflict that could define the fate of the entire worlds. I mean, expect a sweeping saga of survival, royalty, reckoning, featuring brand new characters from all this. Oh my goodness. Actually, this is going to be penciled by Joe Bennett. So Joe Bennett and I already working on concepts of who are other characters that are part of, Nai's crew, right? They look freaking awesome. And we've already had the concepts. We're happy with the concepts. And I cannot wait to reveal this. So this drops out. This comes out next summer, which will be June 16th, 27. And if you click here, it should take you on pre-order. And we're setting it on a discounted price as well. It's £14 only. That's for a soft cover version. But if you go to our website in the store, and if you go to the, okay, let me check the back order. So the back orders are everything on pre-order. If you go down and find a Symphony of Tears, there's a hardcover version of it. It's £18. And obviously you can buy a t-shirt. You also have a statue that you can order, and we're gonna make 100 of those. That's it. It's exciting. So you can get the soft cover and hardcover edition. So the more she's kind of like a rebel. Yes, it's kind of like a rebel. Yeah, she's pretty awesome. And then if you click on the image, you kind of get the first look of how she looks. But obviously this is her Mark 1 suit, and we've kind of like upgraded her suit. Her suit has a bit of similarity with E.T.'s suit, because obviously they're from Kepler, and she's got these little red wings, right? She's pretty awesome. She got big swords and guns as well. I can't wait for you guys to see. But anyway, that's on pre-order, so you can pre-order your copy. £14 for soft cover, or hardcover edition for £18. Now, what else is on pre-order? We've got so many cool titles coming out. One other title I want to talk about. Beats of War Volume 1. Now, reasons why I changed my channel from Beats of War here to Etianverse Studios. When I was starting up, like I was saying in the previous video, I started off with issue 1 of Beats of War, and issue 1 of Beats of War came out 2020 July 20th. I still remember. Now we finished all the 5 issues. Now those, for the first time, will be collected into one hardcover and soft cover edition. Now we have a wraparound cover that straight spreads from the front to the back, drawn by Joe Bennett. And something cool about this book as well, I managed to get my friend Grant Morrison, who's written like the Green Lantern, he's written like the Batman, all that stuff for Marvel and DC. He did a forward, so basically he introduces the book. So you have the introduction of what the book is about, written by himself, which is going to be pretty awesome. Now, so you can get that one in a soft cover version, but also in hardcover version. So let's go back at the pre-order. So you see the $24.99. So there'll be over 100 pages of story, exclusive behind the scenes of how I came up with character concepts and everything, and never seen before concepts of things that I've sketched out. And my process is basically of how the character started off. Actually started off just by doing a mask that I wore when I was DJing, because the character is linked to music. So that mask, we came from that idea to the actual mask that we kind of drew on paper. I drew the first sketches. They're quite embarrassing, but it shows you, where we started. And that will all be in volume 1. You get to see all that. So we have the soft cover and hardcover edition. Now, if we go back to the pre-orders, see what we got. But I'm thinking for volume 1, I only have one cover, but I may have another cover from another really famous artist, because when the books are collected, you want them to feel pretty special, and that's why I'm doing that. I just really want to get some really good artists to do these covers. Yeah, thank you. I'm excited. You can tell I'm excited as well. Then let me check the chart and make sure everything is going great. All right. What else to talk about? We have Taylor Squad. Taylor Squad is by one and only Clark Bint. Clark has worked on so many cool titles from Scotland. He's worked on Killtopia for a friend of mine called Dave Cook. Look him up, he's pretty good. Dave Cook has been doing comic books over the years as well. And I actually discovered Clark through Dave Cook. And when I was at TheEtianverse, is it in Manchester? Where TheEtianverse is in Newcastle? Harrogate, yes. I was just walking through the artist alley where you see like different artists and writers, people have their books, and I saw Clark's art. And some reason it pulled me in a way. It's so weird to say that. There's something really cinematic, dramatic about it, that when I saw it, I was really excited. And in my mind, I was like, I'm going to work with that guy. And it's very unusual that I see an artist and say I'm going to work with him. And then I just went, forgot about Clark. And when I became a dad, I had an idea to do a story called Terror Squad about these 3 kids who need to team up to save the world from these aliens trapped within the Antarctica. That's when I thought about Clark. Actually, I'm going to show you how these kids look like. We've got some of their statues as well on a back order. I want to show you how they look like. So the 2 kids are spread across the world. So this is one of their statues. It's going to be 3 characters all molded in one and 9 inches. So this is them here. You see, you've got Dan, Uriel, and June. June is in Japan, Uriel is in Congo Democratic, and then Dan is in New York City. And each of their suits represents their power. And with this one, I kind of actually got inspiration from movies like A Killer. I love this alien movie called District 9. I watched it. I think it was set in South Africa. There was something about these aliens that was so scary, but human at the same time. They had this humanoid look to them. They were really tall, gigantic heads, and they had these little long parts of their face that was kind of like, floating around and stuff like that. So that movie stayed with me, and when I was thinking about Taylor Squad, I went back and looked at the trailer. I was like, how do we create suits that have that sort of alien look from District 9, a bit of a killer action wise and the theme and the look of the book, but also my curiosity with this book kind of came through with me listening to this podcast that was talking about what if humans are not actually originally from Earth? What if we come from Mars and we are actually we did come here as a breakaway civilization. So a breakaway civilization is a civilization that leaves a planet because either it's dying and they sort of move to another planet so that they can find refuge, they can make it their home. And what if when we moved here and we're the cavemen, there's an alien threat that followed humans, and there's these guardians called Antarctica people. I call them Antarctica people because they were already in the Antarctica. But I'm still trying to figure out their name because they come from another planet of ice in space. Their job is to protect the cosmos. So when they saw the threat going to Earth, they knew it was these aliens are gonna go destroy the Earth. It's basically like what General Zod was trying to do in Superman, turn the whole planet into everyone dead, and they kind of make it into their like their world, right, by killing all humanity. So this race follows the aliens, fights them, traps them in the ice in the Antarctica, and part of the race is like warriors who are part of this race, and they stopped the war. The war ended. Aliens are in prison. They can't get out. A lot of ice around them, and part of this civilization went and kind of mixed with a caveman. They had kids, so the bloodline of the warriors disappeared. Right, it is somewhere, but it disappeared because obviously they grew older, they died, but they have great grandkids, who are these Taylor Squad kids. So now the race has some trainers, mentors. Now the king from there sends these mentors to find these three kids who are spread across the world. Find them, train them, get them ready, because guess what? The ice is melting and the aliens are about to be free. And the only hope is with these kids to save our planet, right? So you can imagine the kids who are living their normal lives and they're going to college, they're going to uni or high school, and you tell them they're meant to save the world. No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. So yeah, that's kind of like where we at, right? So that's the story, Taylor Squad. Number 1 is on our website. You can always buy it. It's awesome. Lots of action. The action sequences, each page, I feel like each page is a piece of cinema. Like each page that Clark draws, you feel like it's a camera from a different angle and it tells the story itself. And that's why I love working with him. I always get surprised. I'm always surprised each page he uploads in the drive. I'm like, dude, I mean, I wrote it like that, but this is not what I expected, right? And you want people like that. You want people that you collaborate with who enhance your work, make it way better than what you already sort of imagined. So that's Taylor Squad now. Living in Scotland for how many years now? Coming to 2016, 17 years now. I've always been curious about different things, mostly like mythologies. When you look at the way like I create the Hyena Man, it's kind of based on African mythology, but I'm linking that to Scotland because now I live in Scotland. When I moved here, I was a bit younger, and I feel like I've grown into Scotland. It's part of me, and obviously my African side is still there. It's still like saying that, oh, I'm right here. Okay, we're kind of like two cultures connected, which is awesome. So I started learning about different mythologies from Scotland. Then I discovered this one that was quite interesting. I think I found this video, Fantastic Beasts. It's Fantastic Beasts from J.K. Rowling. Fantastic Beasts, Kelpie. So let's see. So if you watch this clip from Fantastic Beasts, this was the first time I saw kelpies, and then I used to drive. Okay, here you go. Where is it? You see it swimming. See. Look at that. I put full screen so you can see the water rises. Poof. I just kind of kept it mute so that copyright goes up, and then you're gonna see it. He's riding the kelpie. Boom. That looks like Scotland somewhere, Loch Lomond. Boom. See that? He's riding the kelpie. And this is kind of based on Scottish mythology about a horse, you know, animal spirit that drowns people, but somehow they've kind of made it normal here, like it's not drowning, he can actually control it. So I was really fascinated by this and taken by this, and I'm like, what if part of the members of the Razor Gang from Edinburgh, one of them gets power from these Kelpies and becomes this speedster character called Stormlock. Now you can see this Storm and this Lock to kind of talk about Scotland. We're in Scotland, right? So the Kelpies really fascinated me when I saw this video. And if you go to another Kelpie statues in Scotland, so I used to drive these past these when I was going to like Concardy, Starling. Let me show you these ones. You've probably seen these. These beautiful. Look at that. These. They light up at night as well. So I used to drive past these. I didn't know what these were. Right? Then I put up a post on TikTok asking people and tell me these are horses. These are Kelpies. If you go near the lock alone, they'll make you drown. And then a friend of mine called Hamilton, he started telling me about the Scottish mythology. And I remember it was like Christmas, and I was doing this Christmas pop-up market, which I usually do along with my producer and editor Craig Andrew Mooney. I co-wrote the Hyena Man with him, and I was like, I have this idea for a comic book, you know, and I was like, what if one part of the Razor Gang from Edinburgh, one of them, obviously born a villain, becomes a superhero, and he didn't plan on being a superhero. He gets power from this Kelpie and then becomes this speedster, and the Razor Gang don't know. So you see him here with his gun from the Razor Gang, and you can see his suit here. They don't know. So a speedster, no power from lightning like the Flash, not any speedster power that we've kind of seen before, but from the Kelpie. So it kind of has that water, vapor vibes to it, and there's other elements that I don't want to reveal until you read the book. So this comes out in September. It's being drawn right now, and that's kind of like how the idea came to be. So you can choose cover A, and on the back order again of the website, I'm just gonna go back to my YouTube, make sure everything is working great. If you go to back order, and you can tell we're having so much fun doing this. Honestly, all these characters, boom, we have cover B. This has not been shared anywhere, so you can see it here, like in his full suit. So cover A, that was us, you know, testing out the suit, how the suit was gonna look like. So it wasn't perfection yet. And then I told Joe Bennett what we'd drawn. I showed him references, and I told him what the Kelpies were, and he was like, okay, I'm not gonna draw you a suit. And I told him, let's go with the green, and obviously elements of water, vapor all around him going fast. So you can see him going fast through Edinburgh. That's gonna be awesome. So that's another cover that you can pre-order. Now finally, let's see what's what we got here left. Finally, what we have, let me see, Norse mythology. I don't know what Norse myth. What is Norse mythology? You know, I've not done something. Can you tell me about? Let me just reply on the chat. Mythology. I've not heard about. Is that like a Scottish mythology or whatever? Let me see. Because I haven't heard about that at all. It's there's so many mythologies. So usually even when I'm writing something, it's kind of like something happens out of nowhere. Like I don't plan on doing like a mythology. It's like I have to experience life, or I have to come. Something needs to haunt me. Basically, like, you know, when something constantly happens to you. Oh, I'll give you a good example. You know, when you want to buy a car, and every time you're driving around the city, you keep seeing that same car because you've been talking about it. Okay, Norse mythology is what? Ah, that's cool. That's cool. You know what? I'm gonna look into it. Is it interesting? Do you think it's worthy doing? Do you think there's other people who have potentially done it? You know, just let me know if it's interesting enough. Or you can also send me a link, like on the chat. That'll be awesome, so I can read about it. If you have like a cool direct link, that'll be awesome. Thanks, Morgan. Appreciate it. This is like just having discussions kind of helps me create stuff. Now, finally, this year is gonna be one of the biggest. Oh my god! Do you guys tell how excited I am? Because I'm super American says talked, right? Look at that. So you got Beats of War Volume 1 and you got Beats of War Volume 2. These books are all, they are 24.99. These books are all 100 pages. No, Volume 2 is 108 pages of story. It's insane. I need to rectify that. It says 17. It's a big book. That's cover A. Joe Bennett drew the cover. Interior by Ben Wilsonham. Cover B. And I'm going to reveal cover C and D. Those come both in soft cover and hard cover, so you choose one that you like. And this captures E.T. without his alien look, with his human look. That's another character interesting. Another character is interesting. You've got the Razor Gang from Glasgow side, Edinburgh side, and there's this huge explosions happening in the back. I mean, what's going on? And this is really a very famous street in Glasgow near Ingram Street. I don't know if you've been to Ingram Street, Morgan. Do you know where it is? Yeah, Ingram Street. So we have a bit of action happening there in Volume 2 of Beats of War. And, you know, it's kind of like subtitled The Journey to Kivuland. You're going to discover where Kivuland is. That's going to be awesome. And obviously it picks up from events of issue 5 now and then continues. Now, I feel like Beats of War Volume 2 took long to come out, yes. But it was worth it because I feel like you release single issues, that's cool, but 20 page you can read it like as you're on the bus, and then when you get home the whole book is finished. I mean, like, what do you read from there, right? So I was like, okay, I need to be doing big books. Even if it takes me a year to do a big book for 100 pages, I'll do that. The fans will wait, they'll have something to look forward to, plus it will make me invest in the books properly, pay attention to a lot of details, so that when you receive it and you're reading it, for example, it's Christmas, whatever, and you're reading Beats of War Volume 2, I'm telling you, the art itself, the way you're going to be immersed in that story is going to be brilliant. And as I talk right now, we've got all the scripts for Volume 3 to 5 all done. So I've written the first big story arc of Volume 1 to 5. Those are about 500 pages of story. And we're going to get to a biggest battle that you're going to see in Volume 5. And I'll be releasing each book a year. And then from that biggest battle, laying out a plan of what's going to happen after that. So Beats of War is going to be an ongoing series. I'm not going to be like rebooting, trying to change things. No. So that's our cover B. And cover B also will come in hardcover edition. Let me see if we have any. Yes, yeah, send me some links on TikTok. Okay, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be awesome, so I can look into it. So now, if you go on my store, and go to the back order, so you see Volume 1 comes in soft cover, hardcover. Volume 2, soft covers, and then you see hardcover edition. So Morgan, go treat yourself. And if you're pre-ordering today, as we're on live, you'll be supporting an Etianverse, and I appreciate. And by the way, because you've been supporting me on live stream, when you do order, leave a note. I'm gonna sign your book for free, and each book you order, I'll sign it for free from Beats of War. And also, so if you look at the soft cover version, so we have the hardcover versions here, and then we've got a statue of E.T. coming soon. These are other micro lyrics that are linked to Taylor Squad. And what else is on pre-order? We are launched. These are pretty cute. I thought because if you look at Taylor Squad has got that anime vibe to it, right? So I thought, what if we did some really cool stickers, like really cool collectibles? It's a pack of 10 stickers, and if you buy it, you get all these characters. Pretty cute. You can put like in your laptop or whatever. I would have showed you my laptop, but I'm using it right now to view things. But you can have a set all these. These are all going with Taylor Squad. And yeah, so let's go back to the home page. And Yeah, Ingram Street. That's where the big story is gonna happen. So we have Symphony of Tears. Hyena Man 2 is already out, and we have Hyena Man 3 in production, baby. That's because of you, the supporters. I love you guys. This universe is gonna be interesting. I mean, set in Scotland. Come on, like tell me all these superheroes we've grown to that we love. Mostly New York, somewhere in America, maybe somewhere in deep space, but we don't have stories from here. I was like, why not explore the history of Scotland? Use actual real places in Glasgow, Edinburgh, and go to different parts of Scotland, Stirling. Each part I visit, I take photos and I kind of add it to my story. You're gonna see all these places come in Beats of War. It's gonna be awesome. And then we have the Academy. So this is Taylor Squad. If you wanna order Taylor Squad, you can order it through my website. It's got 3 covers. It's got cover A. Let me see if I can show you other covers of Taylor Squad actually before we continue. Because we have about Taylor Squad has about, so no, it's not bringing it. So what I'll do is I'll go to the store. I think it's on page 5. It must be on page 5, right? Page 5. Let's see. Okay. No, I think it's page 6. We've got a lot of product now. Sometimes I don't even know which page they are on. Okay, so you got cover A, cover C, which is a wraparound cover, so it spreads to the back. And then let's see, do we have cover B here? Did I forget to have this put up? Page 7. Let's see. Yes, we have cover B. Here you go. Right. And then we have Taylor Squad 2 on pre-order. We've got t-shirts. We also have an alien trooper print that you can buy as well, and trading card from Taylor Squad, and the statue is coming soon. And we've got hoodie, trading card as well. So as you can see, I've been busy building stuff for you guys. Now let's see if I go to our YouTube channel. Now I'll show you some cool stuff as well. So we are live. If you go to Etianverse Studios, okay. So if you wanna, okay, this is some of video that I just put up recently. That shows when I was in MCM London. It's pretty awesome. So this is another animated trailer breakdown that I did, so you can watch if you wanna watch. It's another video I did of last week. And apart from that, I wanted to show you the announcement of the Soska Sisters. It's right here. You can watch it as well. And we also do masterclasses. So some of the videos of the masterclass that are not on our YouTube, I will post them here and link people back to the Etianverse Academy in case you want to learn how to make your own comic books. So yeah, I'm really excited. The future is bright at the Etianverse. And today I just kind of wanted to come on board and just kind of talk about all these projects and things I've been working on, and I'm really stoked. I feel like the future is bright, and the amount of titles we got coming out are gonna be like a game changer for us, and especially being able to say that all these titles are set in Scotland mostly, except Taylor Squad, which is kind of like a global story, but everything else is kind of like it touches on Scotland. And that's the kind of like the uniqueness, the angle that I wanted to use building this universe. So it's really exciting. And before I sign out, I wanted to show you as well the team behind everything. So apart from the Soska Sisters, who we've not put up, these are some of the creative team of people that I work with. And bear in mind, we don't have letterers here. We don't have colorists and inkers. So these other people I'm going to be adding on. Mostly these are editors that have helped me bring stuff to life, and artists who have contributed to the Etianverse. You've got Gally Chadley, who I studied with in Beats of War, my editor and co-writer. Craig is the head editor and producer at Etianverse Studios, Mile Away Films. And we've got Derek Robertson, who is the creator of The Boys. You probably know him. But also he created the Boys comic books, and also is a producer on the Boys series on Amazon. Joe Bennett, known for Immortal Hulk, and different books from Marvel and DC, and also he's doing a lot of work with the Raperverse. So he's my head artist for Hyena Man. Ben drawing Beats of War. He's drawn Hyena Man 1. Eric joined Etianverse. He did issue 3 to 5 of Beats of War, and you've got Clark Bint doing Teller Squad. Absolutely, what a team! And then here is like places you can go if you want to be a member. It's the Etianverse Academy, and if you want to contact us. So it's been a journey. I cannot tell you guys how awesome this has been, just being able to create and just do all these stories and share with them with you, the world. So yeah, appreciate the support. Morgan, thanks for coming by. My setup is still being built, so excuse how zoomed in the camera looks, but it's gonna be done. So yeah, stay safe, stay away.